Alright everybody, welcome to the Trick or Treat Halloween show. Give it up for everybody who showed up. Thank you all so much. This is our Halloween themed show. I'm glad a lot of you took the Costumes and Courage note to heart. I appreciate that. I see a lot of background actors from Curb Your Enthusiasm. I assume this is who you're supposed to be. I've always been super paranoid about costume parties myself. I feel like whenever someone invites me, that's just an elaborate prank. I always try to dress safely. Like right now, can anyone guess what I'm supposed to be? Not an awkward host. What was it?
Trader Joe's employee.
Trader Joe's employee. Maybe. Now, this is clearly not the crowd court, but if anyone's ever played Grand Theft Auto Vice City, you would not be the person I expected to get that. It's like, oh, of course. Yeah, I always get a 5-star rating. No. My wife and I were dating. We actually went as Jake from State Farm and Flo from Progressive to a Halloween party. Weird thing, we got into a fender bender on the way home, and my insurance wouldn't cover it. Not because it was my fault, but because I had Geico. They did not appreciate the costumes. So, it's October, which is exciting. Do you know October, in addition to having Halloween, it's also Hispanic Heritage Month? Right. I am Hispanic. I should let you know I am also here illegally. Not immigration-wise, I'm supposed to be on house arrest. So if you see my parole officer, just be cool. I like opening with that because it both subverts and confirms stereotypes. It's like, he's not here illegally, but he's still a criminal, so you just hold on to your prejudices if you have them. It's Hispanic Heritage Month. It's also Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which I thought was kind of messed up. Like, who put those together? You know, if anything, I think domestic violence awareness should overlap with St. Patty's Day. I feel like that's more appropriate. People are very aware at that time. Yeah. I married my first wife 3 years ago. We're still married. I just call her my first wife to keep her in line. Let her know I still have options. Now, over the summer, I celebrated my 3-year wedding anniversary and my daughter's first birthday. It was pretty cool. Yeah, thank you. Thanks. I thought it was cool. My wife got really pissed when she found out I had a 1-year-old daughter, though. Did not like that at all. My wife is really into fall decorations, so much so that there are more dead leaves inside my house than outside right now. Living room looks like a pumpkin patch over by Hobby Lobby. It's kind of a basic white girl. I was making fun of one of my friends recently. We were out drinking, and I told her she was a basic white girl. She's drunk, so she's like, I will burn down the nearest pumpkin patch and dance on the ashes. Which I thought was a little extreme, right? Because if anything, that makes her sound like a Wiccan. And being a Wiccan is like the most basic white girl thing you can do. Does anyone here know the difference between a Wiccan and a witch? So, Wicca is actually a religion where people practice magic. And a witch is someone who practices magic without the tax breaks. Yeah. I'm excited about Halloween costumes because nobody showed up in one. No, we got 2 people. I'm going to give you extra candy for this show. Sorry to point them out. We got 2 spider people. I don't want to assume genders. But we... So, one of the things about, have you ever put together a Halloween costume and everybody guesses wrong what you're supposed to be? Like last year, I really wanted to dress up as the Dread Pirate Roberts from Princess Bride. So, you know, black mask, black outfit, a sword. But because I'm Latino, everyone thought I was Zorro. Which I thought was really unfair. Just wearing this, people probably think I'm a South American drug lord, which is totally untrue. I'm a North American drug lord. One of the things about Halloween is I think it's a really weird holiday because It's the one day of the year where you tell kids the opposite to do every other day of the year. So like on Halloween, you tell kids to wander the streets after dark, take candy from strangers, break in your neighbor's house, grab whatever you can find. I'm sorry, was that just my family? We treated Halloween like purge night, you know? You're already wearing a mask, no one questions the blood on your clothes. Time to settle some debts. No, I don't really have a ton of good Halloween memories from when I was a kid. Like, for example, is anyone here, when you were a kid, you were carving pumpkins, then your dad got really mad and annoyed that you're doing it wrong? If so, I want to ask you something. What's it like growing up with a dad? I hear mixed things. No, when I was a kid, I would trick or treat, and I always had the parent tax. You know, after the end of the night, this lady's nodding. After the end of the night, you just take a little percentage of whatever your kids bring home. Yeah. Reese's peanut. You know what? My mom told me that I was allergic to peanut butter growing up as a kid, just so she could take my Reese's. Quite a shock when I found out the truth. Oh, man. When I was a kid, I remember I really wanted to be a Ghostbuster when I grew up, so I could speak to my grandma again. No, she's not dead. She just refused to talk to me until I got a job. So that seemed like a good one to get. They say Halloween's like the scary time of year. There's not really much that scares me anymore. I do have a few phobias. One thing, I'm claustrophobic, which is fear of tight spaces. That's why I only date loose women. I went to Are we good? Are you all afraid of comedy? No. October is a cool month solely because it's actually the anniversary of when I graduated boot camp. I was in the Marine Corps for 5 years. It was a really harrowing experience. My last big test of boot camp was this 10-mile hike back to the parade deck. And as we're walking, I told the guy next to me, said, you know, I'm just grateful that God gave me the strength to get through boot camp. And the guy on the other side of me said, will you shut up with all that God crap? And he immediately dropped out of the hike. He fell, and we had to carry him back. Now, I don't want to jump to conclusions. You know, maybe it was dehydration. Maybe it was divine intervention. Maybe it was me smacking him over the head with my rifle. I don't know. All I know is God works in mysterious ways. All right, are you guys ready for some fun comedians tonight? All right.